Good evening everybody and welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. I'm out this evening with the new Sightmark Wraith 4K Max. Just thought I'd give you a little brief rundown on what it does. So, it's the front end, we've got a rubberized lens cap here, so it'll protect it in transit, blah blah blah. There's a removable aperture which will come off. Probably not going to need to mess around with that too much because I think just there will be fine for daylight and darkness, but we'll see because we've not tried it in darkness yet. Let's go to the back. We've got concertina eye cup here that will pop off. Whether I can put that back on one-handed now, I don't know. We shall have a little go. Let's just leave that off for the moment. And then you've got the internal screen focus here. Once the internal screen focus is set up, the job's done. That's not to mess with again. Image focus, changing distance, is on this large collar at the front, which you can do left or right-handed. Although, to be fair, the Illuminators on the side, so it's a little bit less easy to get to left-handed. So if you're a right-handed shooter, you can reach in with your right hand to get it. But I've gone completely garbled that up now. If you're a left-handed shooter, you're going to be this side of the gun and you do it like that. If you're a right-handed shooter, you will be this side of the gun and you'll be doing it like that. Anyway, so where do we get to? You've got the main power button here. There's a little cap there which covers the charging port, which I've just managed to pull off by accidentally. Oops. It's sat in my car and I'll just pop it back in later because it's just on a little rubber plug. And the other one there, that's the SD card. I've already done some shots today, got some video, and let's just say I'm killing time now between daylight and dusk because I've had a few successful outings already this evening with it. Flip round the other way. So, the Illuminators on the side. This on top is the main control button. The power button here, the power button is here. Again, a bit awkward one-handed. Power button's there, hold it down for about 4 seconds, the unit fires up, but then when it fires up, there's no messing around menu screens, boom, it's on. So, the control button here is rotary. Immediately, that is zooming in and out. I've got it set up to 8 times at the moment, so it's just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, very quick operation. And then for record, we just press the record button here on and then press it again off. There's a lot more information to be found much deeper in the settings menus. The menu is a new sort of rotary visual display. It's quite sort of, at first it looks a little bit overwhelming, but actually you do get used to it quite quickly. You get used to the logos and the screens and everything. It sets up before you've got multiple reticles. Zeroing, you can do one-shot zero, but it's like a moving reticle system, so you basically hold your crosshairs where you aimed and then you dial the new crosshair to where it's hit, and press the button and hey presto, it records your new zero for you. A bit more to research on that yet, but you know what, blah blah blah, we'll get there in the end. Illuminators on the side. This Illuminator comes with it. It clamps on the Picatinny rail there. It's a little bit, I think I'd prefer it on top, but you know, there we go. Underneath there's a small Allen bolt there. Slacken that off and you've got a rose joint in here, so you can adjust just the left, right, up, down, make sure your point of aim coincides. Focus is at the front, change your spot size. And I haven't even had it in the dark yet, so that's still to experiment with. And then the on-off button is quite simply at the back there. That has actually been supplied to me with batteries in it. They are CR123s. Again, bit impromptu this, off the cuff. There we go, CR123, is that going to focus? Might do not. So probably the last thing to talk about is the mounting. It's on a Picatinny rail on this SAR 100 field shoot. It's not really Picatinny or Weaver critical because there's only one recoil stud on it, and that recoil stud will go anywhere, so you've not got the issues of spacing differences on Weaver and Picatinny rails. That's the standard mount, which is quite short for bolt action, but when they're ready to retail, these are going to come from Scott Country in the UK with an extended mount, the same as the previous Wraith was compatible with. I think I'd probably put that on this rifle, but for the moment I can get away with it on this. It's just a little bit shorter than ideal. Those will finger tighten up. Put a screwdriver in them if you want. I would prefer a hex fitting or an Allen or a Torx, but you know, it works and it's going to go on, so you're not going to be messing with it too much. So far, so good. The image quality in daylight it is better than the Wraith HD. I'm very happy with it. As I said, I've taken a few shots this evening. One was a close one, the other one was a bit more distant, 155 metres. The only thing I can really say so far is that when you video anything, the reticle doesn't appear on the video, which, you know, some may or may not consider preferable or not. I'm not one myself for putting too much of that kind of video on social media. But there we go. So yeah, there'll be more of a video when I've really worked through the menus a lot more. But to be honest, in brief, I brought this out this afternoon. I zeroed it in sort of 20 minutes, and I've got plenty of ammo, so I like to do lots of shooting when I'm zeroing. I don't scrimp on it, which I know is not necessarily fair for everybody to think about, but I certainly didn't have any problem zeroing it. I just took the opportunity to shoot it because I quite enjoyed using it. I will put this back on. I do need both hands to do it, and I'm holding my phone with one of them. So yeah, like and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and we'll get a bigger video probably in a couple of weeks when I find more, and if I get back to my computer at my desk, I can put some of the recorded onboard footage on the video as well. So yeah, stick with me. Thanks for watching.